let's recap. Epic photos, terrifying, surreal canoe ride across jade-colored, milky clouds, and now we're on Spider Island. So we start chilling, get out some layers to keep us warm, taking pictures of the night sky. It was beautiful. I'm learning so much. Jason is such not only enthusiastic photographer, but he's enthusiastic about helping people learn about it. But man, I was just soaking up all this great information. It's getting late. Justine decided to go to sleep, which was probably smart. The mist is starting to come onto shore, so it's actually getting everything wet, making it colder. And it's getting to about 3 a.m. and we had woken up at 4:45 the morning before. Oh, and we only brought enough food to last us through the night because we expected to have to camp on shore and didn't want to have any food for bears. So we kind of ate the rest of our food that evening. Like, all right, let's get about an hour and a half of shut-eye, a full REM cycle, and we're gonna go do sunrise at Spirit Island. Cuddle all up together on these sleeping mats. How I spent a night on a remote spider-infested island in the great Canadian Rockies. I wake up to my alarm an hour and a half later, coerce both of the other two that we should definitely get up and get going. And ironically, although none of us said it at the time, while we were packing up our gear, each of us found spiders in and on everything we had. Didn't want to tell the other people because we didn't want to spook them. We're so considerate. The canoe ride back to Spirit Island was a lot easier because the sky had started to light up. Once again, it's a beautiful sight. We take some amazing photos. Might be the most impressive place I've visited yet in my journeys, which is crazy because I just did Hole in the Wall Glacier and that was incredible. But this, oh, it's so moody over here. Holy crap, check out that mood, man. Oh, all those and like all these little things that are lining up way too well. And you go, wow, there's something at work here. But in a huge way, I feel like it was kind of an answer to what was kind of getting me down. Jason was taking mostly time lapses.
And then as the fog is burned away by the morning sun, just before the first tourist boat makes it out here, once again, our incredible timing pays off.
Oh no. Oh no. This canoe comes into the frame, disappears behind the island, his battery dies, he switches his battery really quick and gets it right in time for them to get on the other side of Spirit Island.
And a wooden canoe paddles through the area as a last-minute battery dies.
And I'm down to
And
my
he
last
literally-
battery with 9% left.
And he literally just changed that at the perfect time to start getting them going from one side of the island to the other. Oh my gosh, this day, guys.
And it's just majestic and beautiful, and it's a wooden canoe. Like, we get down, we're packing up, we say hi to the people who just came on the canoe, and apparently it's a guy originally from Iowa who lives in Colorado who handmade the canoe, and this was her maiden voyage. What? So we skipped rocks, talked with them, and I got to meet another Midwest photographer, which was really cool. And then we made our way back to return the canoes.
I think I actually nailed it.
Stopped a couple times along the way. One was to jump in the frigid cold water because it's beautiful and it's so refreshing. Everything from watching the brightest stars on a spider island after going through the murky, milky, hazy waters where you couldn't see more than 5 feet in front of you. There were so many damn spiders there. Jason is a crazy man, just like myself. As he saw this rock, this giant protruding 20 feet in the air rock out of the water, circled around it and said, I'm gonna do a backflip off this thing. Calculated it, took his time preparing. Probably took him like 20 minutes to set that whole thing up, but it was kind of a nice break. Overall, we did about a 30-kilometer canoe trip within 24 hours. We were utterly exhausted when we get back. Jason and I slept an hour and a half. I mean, we both took a couple naps after that. Mine was sitting on this tree. Literally, the roots are shaped like a nice reclining chair. After I sat and I realized that it is full of sap, and now my sweater has sap on it. I guess that makes me sappy. Since we basically had to skip breakfast, and at that point we took our time, so skipping lunch too. We get to Jasper. We have an amazing meal at the Early, I believe it was, restaurant. Them tacos were fantastic. Ended it with me playing a couple songs in the guitar on a park. Practically with tears in our eyes, I said goodbye to 2 new best friends who up until 48 hours prior were complete and total strangers that I wouldn't have known from Adam. I feel like there was some help on that. Although you can't compare experiences when traveling because they're all so amazing. Definitely one of the most impacting experiences I've ever had while traveling and even in my life. And I just want to say thank you to both Jason and Justine because you guys are dope. We had an amazing time. Oh. And the loons are just a-singing. We're gonna have more adventures, I know it. And it's probably gonna be maybe out of this country, and who knows. Anyways, they took off, found some Wi-Fi, which is surprisingly hard. Went over to Edith Lake for sunset, took another nap, came over here to Pyramid Island for nighttime photography, and met a few other people there until like 3:30 in the morning, and I wanted to be back here at 5:30, so I only slept for, a solid REM cycle. I've only slept 4 hours in the last 48. So I think I'm gonna go pass out now. And